Do you have a dirty little secret? Welcome to the club.
And you're all invited.
The first rule of the Dirty Little Secrets Club is tell everyone about the Dirty Little Secrets Club.
We're handing out memberships, free of charge.
Step up to the VIP line and let Dayna and Brimstone take you on a weekly ride of secrets and debauchery.
Now buckle up, Buttercup, because things are about to get heated on the Dirty Little Secrets Club.
Okay.
Welcome everybody to another edition of the Dirty Little Secrets Club. We are your marvelous hosts.
I'm Dayna Pereira.
And I'm Brimstone. You were a little paused on that one.
Because I was marvelous. I don't think I've ever been described as marvelous. I've been called bitch. I've been called nasty. I've been called raunchy. I don't think marvelous was ever in there. I feel like the marvelous Mrs. Maisel. Or
marvelous,
what is it?
Fantastic, marvelous Mrs. Maisel. What do you call it? You know that I was on my way back from LA once, from signing at Kamikaze for Stanley, and and I was running really late to my flight, and it turns out that I was sitting next to a nice woman. The two of us were back and forth, and we were just talking, and I was bitching and moaning about something. I forgot what it was, and she was giggling about it, and then. We were going past a big billboard. She goes, "Oh, that's my show that I work on." I was like, "Oh, wow!" And it's Marvelous Miss Maisel. Turns out she was the writer and the director or whatever it was. She was the creator.
That's so cool.
So she was a sweetheart. We wound up, sitting and chatting and became friendly. And yeah. So speaking about the Marvelous Miss Maisel, so shout out to them.
Yeah. That's so funny.
Anyways, you are marvelous. You're fantastic. You're a wonderful woman. Forget about what all the haters say. You, my dear, are a gem. A gem.
That's fucking right. You listening, Joe? I'm a gem, god damn it.
A gem, and she deserves a badge of honor for dealing with you, Joe.
Yes. It's funny.
Yeah.
My 40th birthday is coming up here in a couple of months. And
your 21st birthday?
My 21st birthday. Yes. The 18th anniversary or 19th anniversary of my 21st birthday is coming up. And, and so I told Joe, because I planned everything. I planned the trip. I planned the activities during the trip. I made the reservations for the dinner. I did everything. And he was like, well, is there anything you want me to do? And I was like, yeah, there is. I really need you to make me feel special. And he's like, well, how do you want me to do that? I'm like, you'll figure it out. I'm not going to fucking tell you. You figure out a way to make me feel fucking special. So I'm sure he's crapping his pants right now, trying to figure out what he can do when all he really has to do is love me.
Joe, I got you. Just hit me up. I'll squeeze you. Don't worry, I got you. What do you call it? This past week, 20 years with my wife. 20 years. Wow. Jesus Christ. She spent more time with me than without me at this point. Can you believe that?
That is good on you, Danielle. Gary? I don't know how you did it, but
man. She's like, all right, I've been working with Brim for almost a year now. It's about enough for me. 20 years, she deserves a Medal of Honor there as well.
Yes,
yeah,
I hope you were super nice to her. Gold star, that's right. What'd you guys do to celebrate?
We commingled a little bit, but that's about it. We really didn't do much. What do you call it? We'll do something this weekend. You know what I mean? So, weeknight, not much you can really do, and other things going on, so what do you call it? So everything that we're going to wind up doing is we'll do this weekend. Usually I'll try to combine the dataversary and the what do you call it, Valentine's Day together, because remember folks, Valentine's Day is coming up here,
right,
so you need to be prepared. Be prepared. What do you call it? So I would suggest, so normally I do something fun, and I actually had this really cool thing planned until other things happened, as you know. What do you call it? But what do you call it? I had and it was for an outdoor in one of those the ice tents,
the bubble
ice
thing?
Bubbles. Yeah, so I had the bubble, and it was supposed to be we were going to go out, and they were going to set it up by the ocean, and what do you call it? We were going to have like all the charcuterie and the wine, and it was going to be very photo-esque, and you know what I mean? And yeah, we were going to have a nice romantic little thing there. She had no idea. I told her, I said, well, I can't do what I was planning on doing because of obviously everything that's going on. And we had a snowstorm. So there was like no way we were going to be able to do it the way I wanted to do it. So we'll take a rain check.
Yeah.
And I'll figure something else out. So that's it. It is what it is. But folks, you need to get romantical. That's how you last for a while, unless you don't want to last.
You know, the funniest thing. So every year for Valentine's Day, I would get my husband a banana cream pie because he loved banana cream pie. So from the first year we started dating, I knew he loved it. So I would go and I would get him a banana cream pie from his favorite place, which is now closed down. So it doesn't help us. But every year I would do it. And then one year he looked at me and he was like, so when do I get banana cream pie? Is it my birthday? And I was like, you motherfucker. I try and make this day special for you every year and you don't even know when it is.
Wow. Oh man, you are in the doghouse, sir. Yeah. I'm not saying anything more. I feel awful. I do want to make sure that everybody knows about your project that you're working on. What do you call it? Beautiful, beautiful thing for anybody who's in entertainment. If you know somebody who's in entertainment, you need to check this out. Dayna, let everybody know, let them have it. What do you got cooking over there?
I have the Entertainers Network cooking over here. And what we do is we are all about highlighting and featuring people and their many, many, many talents. We have some really awesome interviews coming up soon. We're giving out Gold Star Awards to some of the best in entertainment. And we have some pretty awesome people that are going to be making those announcements for the Gold Star Awards too. So I'm really excited about it. And we're on Instagram. You can go to @the-Entertainers Network and follow there. If you like entertainment, you don't even have to be in entertainment. You can just be like, I like comedy. We got those people. I like music. We got those people. And if you want to see the interviews when they come out, they're on theenetwork.com.
Very nice. Beautiful. Beautiful. I'm so proud of you. Oh my God. It's just so amazing. I love how creativity is so awesome. It's so warm and fuzzy. It doesn't hurt that I had a little bit of Jägermeister inside my coffee, but
man, you're so lucky. I didn't think to put any fucking booze in my shit. I'm drinking straight up H2O.
There you go. Listen, ain't nothing like a little H2O. You see the water boys. Oh, H2O. Oh, it's beautiful. Then the what do you call it? The thing you got to try. Do you like? I there's no other way for me to say it. You like blowjobs? not the actual act. The drink. What do you call it? It's what do you call it?
I don't know about blowjobs. Bailey. Oh yeah, that sounds like something I would like.
So delicious. So no free ads. What do you call it? But this it's called like. Oh something. I'll message it to you. But it's what do you call it? It's like a moonshine, and it's what do you call it? This specific one tastes like Bailey's and Kahlua, like the perfect blend of it, and it is so freaking delicious. What do you call it? So yeah, and you can either drink it straight up or you can put it in your coffee, anything like that. And again, no free ads. I have nothing to do with these people. Just a general statement. Actually really, really good. I should have told you off air, but it's really good.
Sounds
anybody
delicious.
Who's looking for a delicious drink. Yeah. I can't remember the name of the company off the top of my head, but like the they have a bunch of like really crazy flavors.
Yeah.
And what do you call it? Like it's funny because I was signing in, I forgot where I was signing. It's called Old Smoky Distillery is the name of the company.
Oh, okay. I've heard of them.
And good, so good. And it is which one is the drink? Well, I forgot. It's not Butter Pecan was good too. It's Mountain Java.
Okay.
Mountain Java was the one. Okay, now that I got that, it would have been bothering me for the next 2 hours. So what do you call it? So I remember signing at a convention once, and some of the agents and assistants were having a little bit of a party. I think it was in Vermont, and I remember them inviting me to come in, and I was like, yeah, sure. When I get back from doing my the stuff outside, I'll come in and hang for a little while. And I wound up going in, and they had a whole spread of moonshine, And like, I thought, because the way it's packaged, it's like more better packaged, a little bit more retailish now than it was, I guess, then. You're talking about however many years ago, but it looked like they actually made moonshine, and they were drinking all this like homemade moonshine in there in the little, the little containers. And they had what do you call, like, the moonshine pickles and the moonshine cherries, and everything was so good. And they had like marshmallow flavor, and the flavors just were outrageous. Sure enough, it turned out that it was a real company, and I'm an idiot. But what do you call it? At that time, it was somewhat new. And then I saw it just recently in the liquor store, and I was like, let me try it. Why not? Because I remember it having a really good flavor, and I was like, holy crap, I found that one. So it's my new favorite. So 'cause I love the two of them together. I love blowjobs. Yeah.
You and every other man out there.
There's wonderful. Anyway, so do you want to start? Do I start? You start.
Sure,
start, right?
I'll start us off. All right, kicking
Sounds
off
good.
the Dirty Little Secrets Club. This one says,
Woohoo!
honestly, lust for others has been one of the biggest reasons I can't stay in a long-term relationship. I don't cheat, never have. But after a few years with someone, I get that sinking feeling of, what if I never get to have sex with someone new for the first time ever again? And it causes me to freak out.
Wow. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Let me be honest with you. I mean, I'm going to be completely blunt, and I've slept with more than my fair share of women. And the fact of the matter is like, the first time is usually not a good time. The first time is usually, for me, just never. Unless I really don't give a damn about the other person, and then it's just a wham bam, thank you ma'am type of thing, and that's it. But like, honestly, the first time that my wife and I, when we, first, were intimate, it was less than wonderful, and it was like that. You know what I mean? Just pure, like, it never happened to me before. But it was just like, holy, are you serious? And then, but since then, obviously, the second time, that was the game changer, and that, but what do you call it? At the end of the day, like, first times, that's, I don't see how that would be something per se that you're going, oh my God, I'll never have a first time. Like, with multiple partners, that I can see where your situation might be. I can see that. But, I mean, do you follow me on that? Am I wrong?
I totally follow you on that. I mean, I've had my fair share of bad sex, like, the first time you're with someone, maybe they, put off big dick energy, but really they're not packing any heat. I've had that. I've had plenty of experiences where it was like less than amazing. And I just, dude, my husband and I know what I'm getting with him. I know. And my favorite thing to do, I like play a game with myself because I like to see how fast I can get him off. It's like a power play that I have. It makes me feel really good about myself if I could like beat my old record,
So the name of his penis is Old Record. I got you.
Yeah.
Well played. Understood. Got you. Okay.
But I have no desire to like be with somebody. Like, I don't have that feeling of, I want to experience something new. I really enjoy the sex with my husband. I have no desire, but that could just be a personality issue too.
It's true. It's true. I mean, what do you call it? At the end of the day, listen, if as there's this person saying that they're not cheating on people, I understand that.
Good for them.
But, I think it's more of a commitment issue. Commitment issue is, a lot of people have that. People have commitment issues. I mean, as little as saying, not saying, okay, I'm going to meet you at a, a restaurant, or I'm going to definitely hang out today, or whatever it is, to, well, I don't want to sleep with the same person for however long. It is what it is.
Yeah.
and
Maybe it's
look,
like,
and I also want to say, what?
Oh, well, I was going to say, maybe it's like addicted to like that first time feelings. You know how you get like the butterflies in your stomach whenever you're about to be with somebody new, first dates and stuff like that. Maybe it's more of that kind of a thing. Like, oh, I miss that like butterfly in my stomach's feeling.
They can't be, because there's no commitment factor there, because obviously they can't be with the same person. So it's not like oh, I remember the first time. No, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I get what you're saying, you know what I mean? But it can't be the situation. It just can't, you know? Again, like another thing is that, what do you call it? You can't say that you're bored with the same person, you know, for however long, if you're not being, you know, adventurous in the sheets with them either. So, you know, you can't be bored if you're not allowing things to happen and being adventurous with them, or giving them an opportunity to be adventurous. So, you know, like, so maybe it's that, you know, you need a little bit more between the sheets. Maybe that's a discussion that you should have with the partner, if you actually care about the partner. But from what it seems like is it seems that this person has some kind of a just a commitment phobe. That's
it's
what it
kind of
sounds
like an excuse, right? Like,
Yeah.
oh, I feel, instead of being like, oh, I can take this as an opportunity to spice things up with someone. Instead, you're using the excuse like, oh, you know, I just miss the feeling of somebody else because you're afraid of the actual long-term commitment.
Yeah. And now another way to go with this, if we want to take this in a completely different direction, what do you call it? What I would say is, I would recommend, if you have that feeling of that you want to not be with the same vagina or penis for the rest of your life, well, then maybe perhaps you should look into getting involved in a relationship. It is either an open relationship or a swinging style relationship, you know, and then you can do whatever you want to do. And this way, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. You know what I mean? So if you're both interested in, you know, that, then it's okay. And then you can have that freshness, and you're still intimate with the person that you're intimate with. Again, you have to be with the right person, but you know, that's not something that I'm interested in. I don't think it's something that you're interested in, Dayna, but for plenty of people, that's a big thing. So, you know, maybe that's for you. So
maybe explore different kinds of relationships, and then you're not, you know, necessarily feeling like you're stuck into something.
Right. Or getting stuck in someone. I mean, you know, that happens too. Maybe not. Maybe not. Okay. So are we moving on?
Yep.
All right, here we go. So when I was younger, I got a lot of ear infections and often had strep. This led to frequent doctor visits and strep tests. I remember sitting on that exam table and my doctor teaching me to relax my throat so I wouldn't gag. Fast forward to me reaching my sexual adventure stage of life. I didn't realize it, but I spent a good amount of years desensitizing and training my throat. So I'd like to give an anonymous shout out to my doc for assisting in my royal ascent as the deep throat queen. Well, gosh darn it, you know, that's a wonderful thing. I mean, I would, you know, love to meet you, deep throat queen. It would be an honor and a privilege. I could be a royal subject, you know, at the end of the day. I mean, hey.
What a great first date question. Like, hey, did you have a lot of ear infections and strep throat when you were younger? And you're like laying the boundaries there without actually saying it. But you know, if they're like, oh my gosh, when I was younger, I had so many ear infections and strep throat. And you're like, oh yes, score.
Listen, I had plenty of you know, runs with strep, and I ain't doing any of that stuff. So what do you call it? And I gag at a toothbrush sometimes. So, you know, so no. But you know, hey, it is what it is. Apparently, this person, the doctor, taught this person how to relax the throat, which means maybe that doctor was, you know,
brown chicken, brown cow.
You know what I'm saying? That could have been it. You know, like were you going for an exam, but really giving the exam? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know.
Shout out
did
to
you get a
Doc.
lot of ear infections when you were a kid, Dayna?
No, I didn't. I never really had ear infections. I don't think I ever got strep, maybe once or twice in my life. So no. But you know what? Some people like it whenever you gag. So just saying.
I don't. What do you call it? Yeah. Next.
Yeah. All right. Thank you for writing in, Deep Throat Queen.
Deep Throat Queen. Gotcha, girl. Well, technically, we're thinking that it's a female. It could actually be a male. You know what I'm saying?
That's true. Well, yeah. I was
doesn't
gonna
matter.
say
Queen can go
but
each way.
yeah, that's true. Queen can go
Each
anyway.
way. Drag queen. There you go.
Yeah, get it, queen. This one sucks. I can't stand my stepson. I'm trying really hard with him, but his mother hates me and she's always whispering lies in his ear about me. And then he hates me too. It's really hard because I love my husband so much, but this kid is overwhelming. I'm not sure how much longer I can take. I know it's not his fault, but he is making my life unbearable.
Oh no.
That is rough. That's rough.
Family therapy, perhaps. I don't know. I don't know how to go here. Like, I don't know what's happening.
I can definitely say I hated my stepfather whenever I was growing up, and I made my mother's life and my stepfather's life unfucking bearable because I didn't feel seen. I didn't feel
that
seen.
Bitch, huh?
I didn't feel heard. I didn't feel loved. Like there was so much more that went into it, like the reasons that I acted the way that I did. So, I mean, and having a person on the other side of the relationship that is whispering untruths into his ear, that's going to be really hard too, because the problem isn't just your stepson. The problem is this fucking other parent that doesn't even realize that she's making her son suffer by putting him in the middle of this fucking toxic relationship.
Yes. What's really crazy is that, in my situation, what do you call it? Danielle has always been mom to the kids, so like, even though my older two, who are the result of my first marriage, what do you call it? When, even before we had custody, she was mommy, you know what I mean? She always took very good care of them, and, but they were young enough. Now, I guess it's also an age thing because the stepson, I don't know how old he is, if he's a teenager yet, you know what I mean? Age has a lot to do with it as well. Because, the older you get, the more you feel, like you were saying, you were in your feels. How old were you when that happened? You were like a teenager, right?
I was 7 whenever they got together, I think. But yeah, I was probably 12 whenever my mom got pregnant. And that's really whenever I went off the rails with being, I didn't feel loved. I felt like my mom loved him more than me and blah, 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 blah. Yeah.
Wow. Well, what do you call it? At the end of the day, it's a rough situation getting into any home situation where there's divorces and separations and children, and it can get very, very difficult at certain times. I mean, look, at the end of the day, I don't hate my ex at this point, but what do you call it? I don't like her either, because of the things that she did over the years to the kids, which we're going to leave it at that. But at the end of the day, there's a reason I had custody. You know what I mean? There's a reason I got custody after fighting. And what do you call it? Most men don't get custody. And most of the time the courts will right away give it to the mother without even thinking about it. So at the end of the day, that should give you just a slight little peek into how bad it must have been for me to get but it's just a whole list of unfortunate events, you know what I mean, that just got worse and worse and worse, downward spiral. That there was, all I wanted was my kids and my kids' safety. So like I said, at that point, my kids were still young, and Danielle was always mommy to them, and she always took very good care of them, and to a point where they call her more than they call me, you know what I mean? Or they ask her, before they even ask me. The only time my older daughter comes for me for something is when she needs money, because she knows that Danielle's like, no, you have money, you work, but me, I'm a sucker, and here's a couple $100 here.
Yeah.
But so I feel for you. I really feel for you. I don't know if this is a male or a female. I can't give you much advice. Oh wait, no. Hard to love my husband. So it's.
I think
this.
It's a
This
woman.
looks like it's a female. Might be a woman. Maybe try to take. One suggestion would say, try to make a fun day that maybe you can seclude yourself with him, maybe take him out for a fun day, just the two of you guys, and try to get to know each other a little bit better. Let him see that you're not a bad person, even if he is difficult, or gives you a hard time. Just try to kill him with kindness and try it that way. See what works. See if that'll work.
I definitely think the I understand approach would be helpful here. Like, if he is, starting to, throw his temper at you or something, being like, listen, I get it. You're upset. You're going through a lot, and then take a step back. One big thing because I have 2 older boys from a previous relationship. Whenever I started dating Joe, I made it very clear to him, you do not discipline my children. I do that. You don't, like, because I hated my stepfather so much growing up because he was a disciplinarian, I didn't want my kids to hate Joe for doing the same thing. So I just made it very clear to him, like, if they're going to be mad at somebody, they're going to be mad at me because they're going to get over it. If they end up hating you, that's for a while, and I can't have that. I'm very lucky that my ex and my husband get along so great, and my boys feel loved from our house to their house. And I think that also maybe like asking your stepson, like, oh, how was it at mom's house? Oh my gosh, fun. That sounds awesome. Like, really making it seem like you are so happy that he's having a good time with his mom, that you want him to love his mom so much. Stuff like that, I think, could also be helpful to a child that is, kind of spiraling in a relationship he doesn't know what to do with.
Yeah. Even though I might allude to it, Danielle and my ex have a decent relationship. They're good with each other. Matter of fact, my ex had said, which is jokingly, ridiculous, because it's really my wife and I did a good job, but she said to her when they were graduating or something, oh, we did a good job, you and I, you know what I mean? Like,
like teamwork.
And Danielle's like, okay, but at the end of the day, at least she has a respect for her, because she knows that, if it wasn't for Danielle and I, but that the kids wouldn't have had the upbringing that they had. But she won't give me credit. So she'll give
it to Danielle though,
which is a positive. And that's fine.
Yeah.
That's
totally
fine. I'm okay with that. But anyways, all right, let's move along. What do you call it? Hopefully that'll work out with you guys.
Good luck, stepmom. Good luck. I hope it works out.
All right. So this is me, correct? Okay. I think girls with big ass implants are hot as fuck. You know what? I've heard a lot of bad things about ass implants.
Yeah, go ahead.
Also, I think, there's not much I can really say about this. The fact of the matter is, if somebody feels that they need to get these implants to feel good about themselves, so be it. That's great. I mean, I'm all about the natural body. I'm not crazy about implants, whether it's on the top or the back. You know what I mean? Like, that for me is, you know what I mean? That's not my thing.
Your
I'm not
personal
crazy
preference.
I'm not crazy about dyed hair and this, that, and the next thing. That's just not, I like natural, you know what I mean? Which, I find natural beauty, and that's it. But that doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with having implants and so forth. That's, that's up to yourself. What do you call it? And how you feel about yourself. So, that being said, if you like big asses, great. What's really funny is that when I was a kid, the girls would be made fun of for having such big asses. You know what I mean? So now it's like this glorious thing. I don't understand where things change. I mean, I never had a problem with a nice size ass, but I don't know. What are your thoughts?
It just reminds me of a Kardashian, which, by the way, I do think that the Kardashians are beautiful. And I think like you said, if that's your thing, that's your thing. Like, it takes all kinds here. And there's going to be people that love big ass implants. There's women out there that have had $100,000 worth of surgery to make themselves look like, I don't know, a cat or something, so it's whatever it is that you are doing out there that makes you feel good and beautiful. You have our support. Go for it. Me personally, I'd be afraid to sit on an ass implant. Like, I got my boobs done, right? Like, my boobs are done. I don't sleep on my stomach on purpose. I'm afraid I'm going to pop one, you know? So if I had my ass done, I'd be like, shit, I can't sit ever because I'm afraid I'm going to pop a butt implant.
You know what's really okay? So in being from the wrestling industry, and a lot of the girls feel that they need to get breast implants and so forth, and they do. And what do you call it? There have been a few occasions where in wrestling there's what we call bumps, and you fall on your back and you fall in front, forward. And there have been a couple of occasions where some of the girls their breast implants exploded and like no, not fun at all. And that's a big problem. What do you call it? So yeah, I can feel you on what you're saying. And and it also depends on what I mean. Look, and again, I've had moments where I've been able, I've been with women who have fake breasts and implants in their ass or whatever. It's just some of them, if they're not done right, they don't feel natural either. You know what I mean? And that's another, like, I don't want to sit and squeeze a rock.
Right. You want a juicy ass. Yeah. You want the fucking peach, man. You want like a nice, juicy ass.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Deliciousness. I'm in for it.
Yeah. You don't want to break your nose whenever you try and get up in there.
Sugar honey iced tea. All right. Yeah. So yeah, listen, if you like it and that's what you like, go for it. Maybe you should sit outside of one of those offices and watch to see who comes out. If that's what you're looking for, go for it.
Yeah, there you go. Stalk the plastic surgeon's office. Stellar advice.
You ever see the what do you call it, like the girls who like do the injections in their lips, but then they're like way too big for their face?
Yes.
Like super huge, like nice rounded lips, full lips are nice.
Yeah.
But like they look like a fist in sitting on the
Yes.
I
have definitely seen some of those. And it's funny because there are like some of the things, like my husband, for example, he is the pickiest person on the planet, to the point where at times I'm like, how do you even like me? Like I'll see a beautiful woman and I'll be like, oh my God, she is so beautiful. And my husband will be like, she's got a weird chin. I'm like, oh my, what are you talking about? So it's just funny because there's so much personal preference out there. And some people like this dude, they like the big ass implants and the lips and the everything. Some people like it overdone. They like it exaggerated. Personal preference.
It is what it is, man. So all right, well, good for you. Enjoy your big ass implants.
And watch your nose if you get up in there, okay?
Yeah, right. I know, like you get a good spot coming from behind and it just jacks you up and breaks your nose, you're in trouble.
Yes.
It could dislocate your jaw. You know what I mean?
So much could go wrong there.
All right, you're up.
All right, our last one here says, I am a man. I'm pretty sure they probably...
I didn't take you as a man.
Dan. Like how my face goes like that whenever I'm trying to make a male voice. I am a man. I love masturbating in public with a huge dildo deep in my ass where at any moment I could be caught. I want to be exposed and seen by all my friends and people I know. The park bench, the beach, the library, on a hike, wherever I can possibly get caught is such a rush to me.
See, but meanwhile, you're putting this in as a dirty little secret. This is obviously not a secret. You want to get caught, unless the secret is that that you don't really want to get caught, but you do want to get caught. But you want the feeling of that you're going to get caught. I guess that's what it is. That's where the secret lies. Okay, I see.
May I suggest you not do it on a park bench, though? I mean, there's like kids around, and
like the beach too.
That sounds a little pedophile-y.
The library, same difference. You know what I mean? Like, I don't even think anybody really goes to the library anymore. Like, I don't know. I mean, how big is big?
A big ass dildo in your booty.
Like how far? Well, I guess I've never had it in my rear before, so I mean, I guess I'd have to kind of go to you, Dayna. Like, how far in can it go?
Oh yeah, it can go pretty far.
Oh, it can.
Yeah.
All right. So I guess, but then they just sit there with it, like, with it open. I mean, I don't know how that. Wouldn't that be uncomfortable?
I guess it depends on I mean, we had a dude on here that put fucking pretzel rods up his pee hole. So
Ugh.
I guess it depends on the person and what they think is uncomfortable.
I don't know. I mean, male or female, I don't care what you are. Having it like doing the deed is one thing, but like having it stuck up in there for however long is just. And I can just imagine when it comes out, the stank on it, like
yeah. You're gonna have to Clorox wipe those for sure.
Never go ass to mouth. Ill though, man. Like, look, I guess okay, your own kink is your own kink, but that's just wow.
I just hope this is a legal kink. Like I have concerns that this is that you are putting your kink onto other people without consent. Like I get that you get off on the fact that you could possibly get caught, but these other unsuspecting people that could possibly catch you, they don't want to see that. Like
here's the thing,
Day. Or something.
Here's the thing, like it's got to be in there before. Oh wait, I keep forgetting about the masturbating part.
Yeah,
like it's got to be in there. When he leaves the house. You know what I'm saying? It's got to be in there for however long and so forth. But the other part is, that's a problem. I think, bro, that you need to. I want to take away the bro part because it's certainly not bro. Like you need to not do that in public. Because there are way too many opportunities for somebody that shouldn't be seeing that to see that. And that, by the way, you will get arrested for that and you will go to jail for that.
100%.
So, I suggest you don't do that. Maybe you could pretend in your house, maybe get some virtual reality headset and pretend that you're in those places.
Scour the interwebs. Maybe there's a group for that. Maybe everybody meets, in the woods at 11 p.m. and they run around with dildos in their booties while they masturbate and see. it's like what is it? The laser tag. You're like, oh, I got you. And then you're out.
Running around with a big old dildo in there. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you.
And then the winner gets a cash prize or something. I don't know.
Have you ever played the old Grand Theft Auto or and they had like inside the police station, they had the double-ended giant dildo.
Oh so no, I don't remember that part.
If you went into the police department and there was a way you went in and you went into the locker rooms in the game, and in the locker room there's a huge, either a black or a purple double dung dildo that was ginormous, and you could pick them up. The character could pick it up and arm yourself with it, and then hit people in the heads with it. So it like, and it made like the sound. It was hilarious. I swear to God, one of my friends, I made the one mistake of showing it to him, and then he ran around for about 2-3 hours just hitting people in the head. And it was hilarious, but it was just like, okay, enough already. And
I feel like it would be hilarious for the first 5 minutes, but the remaining 2 hours and 55 minutes, I'd be like, you gotta go.
And the laughing was real. But maybe they do that. Maybe they go find a place and everybody goes, and instead of slapping each other in the head, they stick them up somewhere else. I don't know, man.
There we go.
I don't know.
Just making man kebabs with dildos.
There you go. Find somebody who's into that too. Both of you guys could do the double-sided, go all ass to ass on it, where it's inside both of you, and then you could diddle it from both sides, and you can pretend. Oh my God, if he turns around, he's going to see me. Oh my God.
Or you could pretend that you're conjoined twins that are connected by the ass.
No,
just wear a big coat over both of you.
That's just so wrong on so many levels. Not that any of this is right, but at the end of the day, I'm just gonna, I'm gonna go with that. I don't know about all that. Well, that's about all the time we have.
That's we're ending because of you.
Ay. What do you call it? Again, remember, never ask them out. Dayna, parting words. You want to let everybody know, because I know we didn't mention it, but the only rule of Dirty Little Secrets Club.
Yes, guys, the first rule of the Dirty Little Secrets Club is to tell everyone about the Dirty Little Secrets Club. And hey, if you heard your secret this week, maybe shoot us a comment or a DM or a 5-star review, maybe even would be nice. And Absolutely. If you want to hear your secret on a future episode, then go to thedirtylittlesecretsclub.com and you can anonymously submit them there.
Absolutely. Rate, review, subscribe. 5 stars only. Get all those thirst picks from Ms. Dayna Pereira. She will make sure to get on something good and make sure you get those big blues on screen like, oh, I love you. Even though you ain't never going to get it. You ain't never going to get it. What do you call it? Little en vogue, and they're never going to get it. Anyway, so we love you. We appreciate you. We will see you again next week.
Land. You think we want something from you? You got another thing coming.